For those who have been living under a rock, Inside is a side-scrolling game from the developer Playdead. You know, the same people who made the game Limbo. Exactly. Conveniently, I was searching for a quick game to play for this weekend and this game popped on my screen a couple of times. And here we are. My name's 678 and I played Inside, so you don't have to. Our story begins with a boy dropping down a wall. Mind you, I have been living under a rock for some time and this was my first time playing this game as well. So, I had no idea what we were in for. I made my way through some trees, crossed a bridge and hopped over a hurdle to find some dudes packed up, ready to leave. I continued to hide behind a tree because the overall vibe of the game felt hostile, and it was pretty hostile as you will find it out soon enough. Moving on, I crossed a small patch of trees and dropped down, breaking a twig which made them alert of my presence. My heart was racing. However, it calmed down later as soon as the dudes left the scene, making my way over to our first puzzle in the game. Fridge bridge. We grab the fridge, tumble it sideways to climb the wall and drop down on the road where I sense trouble in the distance. I somehow feel like that dog is going to follow us or chase us down somewhere. We were spotted crossing the river and the dog did come after us. He's about to get us, holy shit. I swear that was a close one. Let go. Yes sir, this game has an absolute tendency to constantly keep you on the edge of your seats, because as we cross this area, a car enters the scene and turns out somebody was searching for us, or so I thought. What? That's right, anytime we fuck this up, we get clapped. Simple and effective. The next time, however, I hid in the corner and let the car pass before making my way over to the next area where the car headlights confused me because I thought the car was leaving like the truck did earlier. Gathering some courage, I made my way over to the next area. However, I hope nobody comes up. I had to jinx it. What? They do not even consider to give the player a chance, man. Holy cow. The next time, however, I knew about this and safely crossed the conveniently placed tree log to find me being chased by yet another masked dude. I was on the edge of my seat for this one because the dudes had no chill.
Well, I'm on the edge of my seat.
They followed me over to a cliff where I almost died from jumping down. And if that was not enough, they were shouting at me from the top like, dude, stop, you lost me, man. But no, they brought backup. 3 dogs were after me along with a dude behind them, and I knew if I was caught here, I'd be eaten alive. For fuck's sake! Oh, okay. Water. Them masked dudes were determined to get rid of me in any way possible. Luckily, I thought of diving under the light and making my way over to the other side, resulting into them leaving and me gaining some time to reflect what had happened. The developers of this game intended for the players to make sense of what was happening as the story progresses. So I request you, the viewer, to pay attention as this story is going to get pretty dark pretty quick. We crossed the cornfield and found some cute rubber ducks. Turns out their quantity exceeded my expectations by quite a number. I climbed the rope and entered the barn to let all of my ducky friends in, and when that was done, I yanked the lever a couple of times to start the machine and made my way to the extreme right, finding the object to climb on placed on a pillar above. I understood that we needed to use the machine somehow and discovered another lever on the ground which upon activating started pulling in air from the bottom and pushing them out of the top. Conveniently, I discovered what I was about to do at random when the last chicken dude got sucked in and plugged into the air to hit the haystack. That's right, these dudes are here for a reason. More like ammo for a machine gun if you ask me.
We don't do that here.
We dropped the haystack and said goodbye to our little friends before making my way over to the rooftop. I looked down and assumed these to be grain sacks. Thinking this would be similar to Assassin's Creed, I walked a few steps back and these are pigs. Eek.
Nice.
That's right, 0 to 100 real quick. Also, since I was disgusted by my attention to detail, these are called as maggots.
Bruh, chill.
I pushed the wagon closer to the wall and made my way over to the other side in knee deep of what I assumed to be mud and jumped over the fence where one of the piggies came alive and made it his life mission to end our life.
Why you bullying me?
I led him over to a nearby barn where his anger turned out to be useful for us and found a device which appeared to be connected by jumping into it. I tried to jump over the pig and jump again. However, because I am an idiot, I thought the pig would stop chasing me if it went in the sticky mud we just came from. I died 2 times before finally making my way over to the right, where the pig counted stars in his sleep. Then we did something absolutely nasty. I pushed the maggot out of the pig to relieve some of his pain and he became friendly, enabling us to push him under the helmet thing. Plugging into the helmet lets you control them? Yes sir. Every time we plug into the helmet thingy, we can control any number of these human-like figures at the same time. This will come handy later down the line. I spotted only 2 puppets, however I spotted 2 more inside a garage thing blocked by this gate. We put our backs into it and opened the gate, uniting all of them together to push the wooden frame, breaking a ton of things and opening up the way to the next area. I felt sorry for the pig, however I was grateful he helped us get out of this situation and made my way over to a garage door which we opened, greeting us to a beautiful sunrise. That looks amazing, devs. Lovely attention to detail. We made our way over to another barn, overlooking a queue of zombies entering a huge ass stadium looking structure. Anyway, I pushed this cart to lower the chain which we climbed and swung our way over to a nearby window. The lighting looks phenomenal, man. I love this. Jumping through the window, we are greeted with yet another puzzle area, and the first thing that I saw were these birds, and then a safe on the edge of a wooden plank. I was tempted to explore the area first, and I made my way over to a ladder, which upon climbing, I saw a lever yet again. Ignoring the fact that this is required to complete the puzzle, I made my way over to the top of the ladder where that was not intended. However, since we saw a huge gap in the floor the last time we fell, I did it again, this time landing in a subway station.
Come on now, dawg. Come on.
Since jumping did not work, I completed the lever puzzle by shifting the planks over to the right and raising it before climbing the ladder and whoopity hoop my way to the other side where finally we pushed the safe. Alright, time to do this. I bet this plank breaks. Oh, what a save, let's go. I predicted this, man. I retraced my steps to climb down the tower and made my way over to where the safe landed. Unknown to the fact what was inside, I yeeted in the hole where I found a safe and a yellow wire leading to a vent. I managed to pull out the vent opening, and when inside I saw something similar to what I saw in Oppenheimer. And since we already died a couple of times to random events, what's a nuclear explosion gonna change, right?
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I grabbed onto what appeared to be its core and pulled it out, disabling the device. I traveled to the right where I assumed the helmet thing to be activated by what we did earlier. It took me some time to figure this one out. What happens is, both the zombie looking things travel in opposite directions. However, the distance from the garage door to the switch and the distance from the right side pillar to the switch is almost the same. To complete this puzzle, we first open the garage door, plug into the helmet, bring out the dude who was inside the garage, plug out of the helmet to close the garage door, and finally plug into the helmet once again to make both of these idiots stand on the switches, unlocking the door to the right of us. That was easy. It only took about 2 goddamn years. We see the same subway station we pancaked into a couple of minutes earlier, reaching a ladder on the other side of the room. I climbed and found myself on top of what I assumed to be a building's rooftop. I made my way over to another rooftop where I tried jumping on the plank between them to check if it breaks. Will it break? Anyway, we slid down a slope to catch a pipe, and once that was done, I climbed over a fence, making my way over to an open window where this happened. It broke. What? I instantly jumped and made my way over to the right, climbing down a pipe to look at some zombies in the background as we broke the barricade blocking our path. What do you think about the story so far, boys? I think this relates to humanity in general being trapped in a cycle of some sort, if that makes sense. Be sure to answer that in the comments down below, because I genuinely am intrigued to what you guys think about this one. We squeezed inside the blocked room, slid down yet another slope and found a ladder. I pushed it to the other side and made my way over to the top, to find this. That's a huge ass robot in the background. Is it turned on? I do not know why this conversation turned sexual, man. But why is this guy twitching? Turns out they shoot some wire thingy 3 feet inside your neck which barbecues your insides. Not a favorable position to be in. Anyway, I died the last time because I did not open the door prior to hitting the switch. And this time, learning from experience, I hid my way all the way to the elevator, finally making our way to the next area. Level was stressful, man. Holy. I rode my way up the elevator, crossed yet another plank between 2 buildings and entered a building where the floor broke. A light shined upon us and we were supposed to follow the crowd for this area. I made my way over to sort of a viewing area, so to speak, where I was supposed to jump in the designated place. We did that with the crowd and made my way over to yet another area. I quickly did what the crowd was doing and made my way over to the surveillance room, where we see a dog.
Stop it. Get some help.
I tried to be sneaky and stood where I was until the next time, however, we escaped at the last possible second as I jumped through a window down into a new area overlooking a group of zombie dudes. As I made my way over, the dog came back to play some more. I remembered that dogs are dumb and I climbed the wall in the nick of time to jump and attach to a helmet. Pushing the wagon to the other side, I discovered a switch. However, to get both done, I had to place the wagon near the edge and then drop down, push the box onto the switch and attach to the helmet and push the wagon over to the other side. As we entered a new room, I discovered yet another helmet on the side which we could attach our zombie to control yet another zombie dude. We figured it out pretty easily and make our way over to the next area overlooking a couple of people who appeared to be construction workers. And I also saw another lever. Yanking upon it with the zombie dude opened the door beneath us. I placed the wagon where the gate opens, yanked the lever and ejected. Once inside, we traveled left this time to find a platform we can climb upon. I swam to the surface for a quick breather and yanked it hard, making it untuck. I grabbed it and swam all the way over to the right, finally entering a new area with a big red button.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to Please Don't Touch Anything.
Turns out, pressing the button decreases the water level in the next room, ultimately opening the door to yet another puzzle area. This one was new because of the water mechanic. However, we quickly figured out that we needed a suitcase to climb the chain. Moving on, we slid down a slope and we witnessed a game of light and shadows. We have to stay in the shadows to avoid being detected as we crank the wheel to bring down the cage. To jump over to the other side, of course, opening a door and entering a strange looking workshop. I jumped down into the hole, climbed my way down to another subway themed location where we see, you guessed it, dogs. As I moved to the edge, I saw a dog running in the background, sensing that things were about to go down. I jumped, and as I was about to leave, the dog jumped into the water with us. I had to travel all the way back to where we jumped first and dive under the dog to make our way past him and jump into another sewer. Oh look, more dogs. Just what I ordered. We had to fool these doggos by climbing over the fence multiple times to remove the planks from the barricade, finally making my way inside, dropping a table to block their path. For the first time, I was happy I did not get to see what the dogs did to us if we failed. We climbed down a ladder and made our way over to a nearby cabin, where I saw a dude waiting for another dude who arrived in a submarine. I waited for the perfect opportunity and ran towards the ladder, climbing down into the submarine and making my way down into the silo to enter a door, and from this moment onwards, the game drastically changes. What an amazing worldview, man. Beautiful. As I was soaking in the environment around me, unaware of what things awaited, I reached a breach in the wall. I charged into it to make my way into another area, cruising through a corridor into a fish tank of some sort. That does not look scary. Nope. I broke a hole in the wall and ejected from the submarine to make my way through the gap. I swam all the way to the right and climbed a rope to hit another big red button. What are these? Run, boy! Run! Thinking that one of those would fall on my head and get me, I climbed the rope again to go into the room we just unlocked to enter a whole new area and a whole new mechanic in the game. Introducing Fart Bomb. I stepped upon it to yank the handle, which, as the name suggests, farted us on top of a wooden plank. The new area was short-lived because I hit a big red button to unlock the door to bring in my submarine and jumped into the water to swim my way to it when this happened. What was that? Did you see that? I was too blind to see that myself. However, we'll be meeting that hairy zombie soon enough. Moving on, I jumped with the submarine, broke some doors and entered yet another puzzle area. I'll spare you the details, but what we did was park the submarine near the door, hit the big red button and swam all the way over to the sub to jump our way to the next area. And this is where things start to get a bit more interesting. Remember the hairy zombie we saw earlier? Another locked door. What are you? Oh, hey, baby. Turns out the dude is afraid of light. We kept the zombie in the light of our submarine as I made my way through to the next area, where we were supposed to lock the dude out by hitting the door. The game elevates your stress levels to the max, man. Like, there is some moment of peace, I agree. But when shit hits the fan, peace would be like, I see you later, bro. Parking the submarine at the beach, I made my way over a facility of some sort. Now this right here is a huge ass puzzle. See the door? Yeah, we are going out there. I yanked the door, which indicated the number 19. So 19 what? To answer the question, I made my way over to the elevator, rode down, ran across these dudes, swam some distance, swung on some rope before making my way over to the helmet. A portable helmet? Let's go, I guess. The number 19 made sense to me now, as these dudes were following me everywhere. So I made my way over to the left of the elevator, where these dudes lift me up to grab a rope and drop down on a wagon, where I felt like Xerxes from the movie 300, as these idiots were pushing the wagon. I jumped over and climbed the barricade to discover yet another fart puzzle. We solved it amazingly quick, which rewarded us with 3 more of these zombie dudes. With the help of new hands on deck, we pulled out the barricade and I made my way down the ladder to find a lit torch. Little did I know what lied ahead. A dog? Now? There's 2 of them? 3 of them? The fuck is going on? Turns out all the risk taken was for this battery thingy, which we pulled out, defusing the bomb and the dog situation, making my way over to the zombie dudes to unite them with their long lost brother. I made my way to the top along with the dudes to push the cage onto the ground below, since there was no opening it, and made my way over to check on them. They joined our party as we made our way to the dude we first saw. With the help of a few more hands, we were able to open the door, and once inside, I saw this. I jumped with the help of the dudes to make it to the other side and yanked on the lever to bring in, you guessed it, some more dudes. I made them stand on the platform, including myself, and me were missing 1 dude. And with this, boys, we'll be ending this episode right here. I know, what a time, right? Like the video and subscribe to the channel and let me know what game should I make a video on next. We'll be finding the last dude and continuing the story in the next episode. Until then, stay safe fam, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.